Can you hear me? There we go. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to give you a quick 2-minute warning. If we can get everyone in, take a seat, get cozy, get comfortable, we'll get things underway in about 2 minutes. Sounds good? Great. I wish when I gave the 2-minute warning to my kids, they would listen the way you guys did. That was like the quietest 2 minutes I've ever heard. How is everyone? Good, good. Hello, and let me officially welcome you to the 2026 AHL Hall of Fame class induction ceremony. I get to be your host. My name is Nicole Briscoe. I hope that you are enjoying your time in Rockford. I know that I am. I met up with some family last night, and I got to go eat at my favorite childhood pizza restaurant. I do think that I am still full, but this is very cool for me as well because I haven't been to the Coronado Theater in a really long time. In fact, I think I performed here as a child, so kind of like having this moment is very cool to share with all of you. Who was there for the skills challenge last night? That was awesome. Arthur Calava. 104 mile an hour on that one for the hardest shot. And how about Jager Verkus? Perfect in the competition that he was in, the accuracy shooting contest. He's only the 6th person to do that in the history of the contest, and that's been going on for about 30 years, so very cool. Very fun. I'm sure what we see tonight will be equally, if not more, entertaining. Some of you may know me from my job. I am fortunate enough to be an ESPN SportsCenter anchor, and I've been there in that role and in that company for like the last 20 years. I don't want to say that too loud. And I've had the opportunity, thank you, I'm still 21. I've had the opportunity to fill various roles in that company over the last, almost 2 decades. And I largely look at my life and say, this is cool. No notes. If you don't know me from ESPN, that's fine too. I also go by Hey You and Mom. That's actually my most common name. I have 2 little girls, and they are probably the greatest thing that I have ever done in my life. And they're part of the reason why I look at my life and say, no notes, she's a good one. And for some of that, I can also credit this area, the Rockford region. I grew up here. I went to Hononegah High School, which is in Rockton, because I grew up in Roscoe. Nice, go Indians. I went to Rock Valley College. I also went to Northern Illinois University. I started my career here at WREX, which is the NBC affiliate. So much of my life started here, but this place served as a foundation for my personal life and as well as my career. So as we gather here today to celebrate this Hall of Fame class for 2026, I feel like it's also fitting to shine a light on the city that allows us to be here and the community. Rockford is a community that understands and knows what it's like to build a legacy through sports, and it goes well beyond hockey. Rockford was home to the Rockford Peaches. We all know what that is, right? One of the original teams in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. A league of their own. There's no crying in baseball. We know that. The state line has also raised truly the greats. Who follows NASCAR? We know Chad Knaus won so many championships as Jimmy Johnson's crew chief. Danica Patrick, sadly I can say she and I went to high school together, groundbreaking in what she did in her career in motorsports. There's also Fred Van Vliet, no big deal, won an NBA championship. It's beyond sports though. This state line has given us so many memories, from the football field to the diamond, from the ring to the octagon and beyond. Top Gun pilots, a member of Destiny's Child, the voice of Ariel, Cheap Trick, and the music behind Moana 2. It's not bad for a small town. Rockford is a place where the seeds of a dream are planted. They are then given the space and the love and the opportunity to grow, because then those seeds truly do become the dream. It celebrates the past, it supports the present, and it invests in the future. Now, part of that investment runs through facilities like Sports Factory and the BMO Center, which it's still orange. I remember that when I was a child. It's the exact same thing. I used to call it by a different name, but we won't talk about that. These are places, though, that provide year-round training opportunities and competitions for athletes of all ages. The BMO Center is also home to the Rockford Ice Hogs. That is a team that has been in existence for 27 years and has been affiliated with the Chicago Blackhawks the last 19 years, which, by the way, is 2007. And I'm going to speak for some of us in this room when I say 2007 was like not 19 years ago. 19 years ago feels like it should be, I don't know, 1990 or something like that, but it wasn't. It's actually 2007. Since the team's inception in 1999, the Ice Hogs have had 167 different players move on to the NHL. 24 have won the Stanley Cup, and one of them is actually with us here today as an honorary captain for the event taking place tonight. And we will get to them. We will also get to the inductees to our 2026 Hall of Fame class. But first, allow me to introduce the man that serves as the president and CEO of the league that is truly the foundation for NHL dreams, Scott Howson.
Thank you, Nicole, and it's certainly good to be on the stage with you, and good being here in Rockford, and thank you for that peek into Rockford's treasured history. Hello and welcome. I'd like to acknowledge our two AHL Hall of Famers in attendance today, Brian Helmer and Dave Andrews, and also NHL great and NHL Hall of Famer Ray Bourque, who's here to support his son, Chris. We are so proud to be hosting this event in Rockford in the beautiful Coronado Theater. Since last January, when we announced we would be coming to Rockford during a game at the BMO Center, I and our staff have been looking forward to this week. Bringing the AHL All-Star Classic and Hall of Fame induction ceremony in this, our 90th season, and the 100th season of the Chicago Blackhawks back to the Midwest is quite fitting. We're very appreciative of the hospitality given to us by the Rockford Ice Hogs under the ownership of the Chicago Blackhawks. Thank you to Danny Wirtz and Jamie Faulkner from the Blackhawks for their support of this event and of the American Hockey League in general. And to Ryan Snyder and Mark Bernard, who have really made an impact on so many levels with this franchise since the Blackhawks assumed ownership of the Ice Hogs in July of 2021. Thank you to both of you, again, for all the work you and your staff have done in hosting this event. Also, thank you to Mayor McNamara and to Winnebago County Commissioner Joe Chiarelli for giving the AHL family such a warm welcome. I know how meaningful this event is to Rockford, and that makes it even more meaningful to us. A special thank you to BMO as the presenting partner of this Hall of Fame induction ceremony and the All-Star Classic, and to the fine people here at the Coronado Theater. I want to thank Alan Furing, Garrett Mitchell, and Dana Gray for anchoring the team, which is showcasing the AHL across North America tonight and did last night with their skills event on the NHL Network, TSN, and the FloHockey platform. We are so proud to have our honorary captains with us today, Patrick Sharp and Chris Versteeg. Two players that played in the AHL as young players, that's what we're about, and went on to terrific careers in the NHL, which included Stanley Cup championships with the Chicago Blackhawks. Thank you to both of you for being our special guests for this event. The focus of this event is on our storied past, but I also want to acknowledge and congratulate these great players from our league today who showcased their skills in the AHL All-Star Skills Competition last night and will again tonight. You are following in the steps of many NHL greats who have participated in previous AHL All-Star Classics, Patrice Bergeron, Zdeno Chara, as well as current stars William Nylander, Connor Hellebuck, and Mikko Rantanen. Last year in Coachella Valley, we had current NHL players Matthew Savoy, Justin Ritskovian, Simon Nemec, Yaroslav Askarov, Dalibor Dvorsky, and Logan Mailloux all on the ice for our All-Star event. Finally, thank you to everyone for attending today's event and to those of you viewing on the FloHockey platform. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the event.
He touched on something there. Events like this are only possible without a buy-in from the city where they take place. It's a buy-in, and it's a belief that you can make it great. So for more on that, let's introduce the Mayor of Rockford, Tom McNamara, as well as the Winnebago County Chairman, Mr. Torelli.
Thank you, and welcome to Rockford. I think one thing that Nicole did not mention is that our area is home to Nicole Briscoe, so can we give Nicole a round of applause? We are so thrilled that this event is back in the Midwest, and we are honored that they chose Rockford and Winnebago County to host it. I want to extend a sincere thank you to Scott Housen, to the Board of Directors or Board of Governors of the AHL for selecting Rockford for the 2026 All-Star festivities. Rockford is a city that shows up with tremendous heart, pride, and energy. And I hope that you are seeing that and feeling that from the moment that you have arrived. From our local restaurants and shops to our hotels and neighborhoods, our entire community is excited to welcome you to our community. Hosting this event is a tremendous honor, and we are grateful for this opportunity. And I also want to say a sincere thank you to the Blackhawks family, the Rockford IceHogs family, the BMO Center, the RAVE Board of Directors, and everyone involved in the production of this week's events. And finally, I will just say congratulations to those that have been inducted, that will be inducted. Your accomplishments on the ice, I think, speak for themselves, but I will just say, as Mayor of Rockford, I don't know if you truly appreciate or get to understand the tremendous impact that your play on the ice has on communities, on the residents. So I just want to say thank you for being an inspiration to so many, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Isn't this wonderful being in this theater? Let's give it up again for the Coronado Theater. You know, we love showcasing Winnebago County and Rockford, Illinois to all of you, and this is just one gem that we have in this county of history, and we're very proud of it. We're also very proud of the AHL. You guys kept Winnebago County so excited for over a year, and I just told Scott, you know, it's so ideal today that the weather is like it is, because last year when you came, it was like almost below zero. So thank you so much for being here. I can be honest with you, I haven't had ice skates on since I was a kid, but I don't have to play hockey or be a hockey player to understand what a big deal this is for Winnebago County. When the American Hockey League picked Rockford to host the All-Star Classic and Skills Competition, they could have gone anywhere they wanted, but they chose us. And I want to thank you again for your confidence in our community. First, it's good for business. Hotels are booked up, restaurants are packed, shops see customers they wouldn't have otherwise seen. This means so many employers are so happy in this community right now, thanks to everybody here. That means tax revenue for our county, a stronger local economy. And we are so proud that you guys are all in this room right now and the ability for me even to speak to you on this level. Second, it puts us on the map. People across this country are going to be watching Rockford, Illinois, and that's the kind of attention that helps us down the road when we're trying to attract more businesses to this area. So thank you again. And I know we're showing we can handle the big stage. And third, and maybe this is the most important part to me, it's good for our families. The kids are watching the best players in the league compete right here in our hometown. That matters. That creates memories, and that builds pride in where we live. This is what happens when everyone comes together and works together. The Ice Hogs, the Rave Board, the BMO Center, our business community, and all the skating in the same direction. So again, thank you to the American Hockey League. We're so grateful you're here and you chose us. We are grateful for this opportunity, and we want to make sure we are all happy to be here. And don't call me, but call the mayor. He's always accessible. I take all the credit, and he takes the complaints. We both, I was telling the mayor earlier, this is, we're in the presence of real athletes here, Tom. You and I only play politicians on TV, and we can learn a lot from their skills. So thank you again. I appreciate everybody in the room.
You made me laugh a little bit. I grew up dancing in this community, like tap, jazz, ballet, the whole thing. But my kids wanted me to take them ice skating last week. We were up in Canada. There's a reason why I'm here and not on the ice. It was ugly, actually, for all of us. A lot of you were at the skills contest last night, the skills challenge, correct? Being there was an opportunity for you to see one of the mainstays of this community. And over the last 5 years, $15 million has actually been reinvested into BMO Center, the home of the Ice Hogs. From the ice floor to the LED dasher boards, there's a new video board, there's an entirely new sound system. If you attended that event, or if you attended any Ice Hogs game over the last 5 years, then you were part of a state-of-the-art fan experience. Here now is BMO's Retail and Market President, JP Marquez.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everyone. I want to start by just acknowledging my boss is here in the audience today, who flew in from Florida. She is the head of retail in Illinois. So thank you, Delilah, for joining us this morning. I also want to acknowledge Tom and Brian, also coming from Canada, I believe, to be here with us this morning. So for me, being a retail market president, it's a real pleasure to be here with you guys this morning to celebrate not only a team, but a community, and also a true partnership that has truly stood the test of time for 15 years. BMO has been proud to stand alongside with the Rockford Ice Hogs and the arena, as we know, as a BMO Center. We've heard that mentioned a couple times. We began the local sponsorship that has grown into a naming rights partnership that delivers community impact, business value, and strong brand visibility. The partnership works because it consistently creates meaningful connections each year. BMO Nights bring together more than 100 clients, prospects, and relationships that manages for the evening that brings in lots of energy, appreciation to each and every one of them, and we build those relationships as well. And you can say, and you can see as well, and I can definitely attest that always the responses is very appreciative and exceptional. Our hospitality and experiences, including the BMO customer doors. Have you guys been through those doors? It's a real cool experience, so I welcome you guys to go in through those doors next time. It helps us deliver memorable moments for customers throughout the season, and our Featured Business of the Month program remains one of the biggest initiatives we have in partnership with the Ice Hogs. we not only spotlight local community leaders, but we also spotlight small business owners, particularly in the minority communities. We want to make sure that they're getting the spotlight and recognition that they deserve. Our work with the IceHogs also connects naturally to the broader connection and partnership we have with the Blackhawks in Chicago. The IceHogs help extend the reach of the platform across the entire hockey ecosystem to elevate the partnership that we continue to have and the support from the IceHogs alongside with the Blackhawks. Looking ahead, what's coming into 2026? Momentum continues to grow. And in 2026, BMO will present and will remain extremely present throughout the partnership. We will be the region's biggest hockey partnership in Rockford, and BMO will be prominently featured throughout the jerseys, which I'm going to wear just in a second, so you guys can check it out. Let's wear this jersey. We got to keep it on, right? All right, there you go. With the BMO logo. So we want to make sure that we stay strong with the partnership. So why this partnership matters, first is brand visibility. We want to make sure that we keep those name rights top of mind. Second, we want to make sure that we continue to help with business growth. The IceHogs provide a powerful platform for hospitality, local organizations, as well as, hospitality engagement and market expansion. And third, and most importantly, it's near to my heart, it's the community impact. And through that community impact, we can invest in youth programs that BMO sponsors. We can also provide that local organization support and making sure that we are strengthening the support to our local businesses in the Rockford community. In every way, on the ice, in the arena, and throughout the community, BMO's partnership with the Rockford IceHogs will continue to develop and deliver real value. Thank you again. It's a pleasure to be here today, and congratulations to the recipients later today. Thank you.
Jersey looks good. He's also probably warmer than I am right now. So in addition to the 4 members of the AHL Hall of Fame class of 2026, we also have the opportunity to honor the 2 honorary captains who are with us today and the 2 playing captains. So let's get to that. Scott, I'm going to bring you back up. The 2 playing captains are here with us tonight, and he has more on them.
It's time to introduce our playing captains. Each year, the AHL selects playing captains for each conference in recognition of their outstanding leadership and service to the AHL and their communities. These players have been longtime players in the AHL and have helped lead their teams and their teammates throughout their careers. They bring a special presence to our All-Star event. Both players are captains of their respective first-place teams in the Atlantic and Pacific divisions this year. One of the brand pillars of the AHL is development. We are the primary development league of the National Hockey League, and we are a young league, but development does not happen without great veterans. And if you could put a dictionary definition or a picture of these 2 players beside great AHL veterans, that would be completely appropriate. They are such leaders on their team, and they've helped their teammates and their teams in so many ways. The captain for the Eastern Conference this year is forward Patrick Brown. 12th year of professional hockey, over 540 AHL games played, and another 164 in the NHL. He's captained 3 different AHL teams, including the 2019 Calder Cup champion, the Charlotte Checkers. He leads the Providence Bruins in points this year with 42. This is his first AHL All-Star Class selection. Patrick, please come up and receive your gift from the AHL. This year's Western Conference captain is forward Jason Megna. Jason is his 14th professional season and his 6th season with the Colorado Eagles. He's played over 580 games in the AHL and has played 208 games in the NHL. He leads the Eagles with 21 goals so far this season. This is also his first AHL All-Star Classic selection. Jason, please come up and receive your gift from the AHL.
Just wanted to help hand out the photos so I could have like a Vanna White moment there. As for the two honorary captains, here are the rules. 2 captains are selected, 1 per conference. Both have ties to the AHL, and in this particular case, one has ties to Rockford and the Ice Hogs. Chris Versteeg played for the Ice Hogs on actually 2 different occasions. He also won the Stanley Cup twice with the Blackhawks. Patrick Sharp played in Philly, where he won the Calder Cup back in 2005. He then played with the Blackhawks, sort of a big deal, won the Stanley Cup 3 times. Combined, they spent 25 seasons in the NHL. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Courtesy of the team captain for the West, Chris Versteeg.
Chris Versteeg skated in 145 games in the AHL with Providence, Norfolk, and Rockford, including a stint as captain of the Ice Hogs in 2019-2020. Versteeg tallied 26 goals and 72 points in 70 games to finish 4th among all AHL rookies in scoring in 2006-2007, and in his second full professional season, Versteeg totaled 49 points in 56 games for Rockford and helped the Ice Hogs advance to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs. He moved on to the National Hockey League, where he would appear in 643 games over 11 seasons with Chicago, Toronto, Philadelphia, Florida, Carolina, Los Angeles, and Calgary. Versteeg was named to the NHL All-Rookie team in 2008 and 2009 and was a key member of the Blackhawks when they captured the Stanley Cup in 2010 and 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Versteeg.
This will be quick, but it sucks standing next to this trophy in Rockford, knowing all these Chicago Wolves are in the house. But first off, we should have won it in 2008. I don't know what was going on, but thank you, Scott. When I got the call to come here, I couldn't have been more honored. It was by a good friend, Mark Bernard, and we all know what he's going through, so I'm here with him, and I'm very passionate about Mark. When I think back on my career, I go to Providence and Norfolk, and I find it kind of interesting today that the guy that I got a 10-game suspension on is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But I find karma's really funny. Karma is a funny thing. Now I have kids playing hockey, and I couldn't imagine what it was like for you growing up in the shadow of the father that you have, because I'm a pigeon compared to this. It's pretty remarkable what you went through, and all the inductees, congratulations. I'm just going to leave with one little quote I have here and get off the stage. When we travel life's roads with those we love, the point of the destination is always secondary to the quality of the journey, and the AHL was an incredible journey in my life, and I'm very thankful. Thank you very much.
Not a bad way to live your life, I gotta be honest. The East team captain was part of the Blackhawks dynasty era. And it also feels fitting to mention this. He was part of Canada's gold medal winning team at the Sochi Olympics back in 2014. No big deal, but it's fitting for the time. Patrick Sharp has certainly given us all quite a few memories.
A 2001 draft pick of the Philadelphia Flyers, Patrick Sharp played in 163 AHL games before going on to help the Chicago Blackhawks win 3 Stanley Cup championships. Sharp played for the Philadelphia Phantoms over his first 3 seasons as a pro, totaling 52 goals and 114 points. In 2004-2005, he represented the Phantoms in the 2005 AHL All-Star Classic and later notched 21 points in 21 postseason contests, including a team-best 4 goals and 6 points in the finals as Philadelphia captured the Calder Cup. Sharp would go on to skate in 939 regular season games and 142 playoff games in the National Hockey League with Philadelphia, Chicago, and Dallas, and was instrumental in the Blackhawks Stanley Cup championships in 2010, 2013, and 2015. Sharp totaled 532 points in 749 regular season games with the Blackhawks, and he also captured a gold medal as a member of Team Canada at the 2014 Olympics.
Not gonna lie, the kid from this area who now gets to introduce Patrick Sharp is sort of having a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Sharp.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Nicole. And thanks for everybody for being here. Congratulations to the captains and all of the Hall of Fame inductees on what is an incredible accomplishment. You guys should all be very proud. I'm proud to be here representing the American Hockey League. When I think back to my time playing with the Phantoms over parts of 3 seasons, I think back to all the lessons and experiences that I gained during that period of my life. The consistency that it takes to be a professional, the roller coaster of emotions, the daily grind of being a pro. I'm sure our Hall of Fame inductees and their families can relate to that. And personally, just being battle tested, 4 rounds of playoff hockey to win this trophy beside me, I think were lessons and experiences that I took with me in my hockey journey and definitely served me well later on in my career. Isn't that right, Hawks fans? We did that a couple times, right? Yeah. So thank you for allowing me to be part of this week. It's been a lot of fun meeting new people and hearing their experiences and seeing some old familiar faces, reconnecting with some former teammates and friends. Mark Bernard, you're the man. Thanks for letting me get involved with this. Steger as well. Just like to say that yesterday at the skills competition, my team won the skills and Steger's lost, so we're up 1-0 going into tonight. So thanks everybody, enjoy the night.
So basically, once you're competitive in life, that never actually goes away, always competitive. Got it. Notes taken. I think the one thing that we've all made clear here is that the American Hockey League is a hockey institution. It's where dreams are born. It's where dreams start to become a reality. And it's now in its 90th season. Nearly 90% of NHL players are AHL graduates. Among them, Connor Hellebuck, Nikita Kucherov. On that note, it is time for the real reason why we are all here today, to officially welcome the AHL class, the Hall of Fame class of 2026. Scott, the floor is finally all yours.
Thank you, Nicole. The American Hockey League created the AHL Hockey Hall of Fame 20 years ago in the AHL's 70th season so that we could properly honor the people that have helped build this great league. Members of that first class included Johnny Bauer, Eddie Shore, Jack Butterfield, Jody Gage, Willie Marshall, Fred Glover, and Frank Mathers, all AHL legends. 4 of those people are also enshrined in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. The AHL Hall of Fame Selection Committee is under the leadership of Tom Mitchell, the longtime Binghamton owner, and I thank the committee for their diligent work in selecting our deserving inductees this year. Please see the video for our first inductee.
Alexandre Giroux was one of the most lethal offensive players in all of professional hockey during his 11 seasons in the American Hockey League, eventually climbing all the way to 7th place on the AHL's all-time goal list.
G, congrats, buddy, on a fantastic career. Could not happen to a better human and more deserving. I mean, you've done it all. Obviously, the quiet French guy that shoulders like a salmon, but man could shoot the puck. And when it mattered most, you were always there. I remember Game 5 in Austin, that goal in overtime to really bring us to the Calder Cup, and a terrible celebration by you afterward, but that was you coming through at the biggest moments always. So congratulations, what an honor. Enjoy the night with Evelyn and your family and the kiddos. So well deserved, so congrats, buddy.
The Quebec City native was drafted by Ottawa in 1999 and skated for the Grand Rapids Griffins and Binghamton Senators before being acquired by the New York Rangers organization in 2004. He scored 32 goals for the Hartford Wolfpack in 2004-2005, the first of his record-tying 7 consecutive 30-goal seasons. And he also made his NHL debut with the Blue Shirts. But it was his signing with the Washington Capitals in the summer of 2006 that propelled Giroux to stardom. He scored 42 goals for the Bears and helped them to the Calder Cup Finals in 2007, then put together back-to-back campaigns that are among the greatest ever by an AHL player. Giroux won both league MVP honors and a scoring title, set an AHL record with a 15-game goal-scoring streak, helped the Bears to a 60-win season in 2009-2010, and won 2 Calder Cups while totaling 139 goals and 255 points in 181 regular season and playoff games during the 2-year span.
My name is Tyler Sloan. I was G's teammate for parts of 4 seasons, 06-07 to 2009-10. Lived together during the 08-09 season. My most vivid and powerful memories are the 08-09 season, record-breaking season. And G, the player, was this funny, tall, lanky guy, but super strong. He had such a high hockey IQ. He made the game look easy, and he knew where to be, and the puck would just find him. There's so many layers to that season, so many moments that were so special, but a lot of it was on ice with G.
He also became just the 4th player in league history to score at least 50 goals 2 years in a row, and the 5th player to reach 60 goals in a single season. Giroux, who also played with the Chicago Wolves, Oklahoma City Barons, and Springfield Falcons during his AHL career, totaled 704 points in 771 regular season contests, and added 103 points in 118 Calder Cup playoff games.
Bonjour, G. A big congratulations, pal, on being inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame. It is my honor to do this video for you, my friend. The career that you had in the American League is very impressive, especially the 2 years that I got to play with you here in Hershey, with your 15-goal scoring streak, breaking Brett Hall's record, going on to score 60 goals, and then to score 15 more in the playoffs in 2008, 2009. And then following it up the next year with another 50 goals, and then 14 in the playoffs to lead us to back-to-back Calder Cup championships. So I want to thank you for that.
Alexandre Giroux was simply the most prolific scorer in the AHL during his 11 seasons in the league. I had the pleasure of watching him on many occasions, and there were times that he was just unstoppable. A two-time Calder Cup winner, a league MVP, he led the league in points in 08-09, became the 5th player ever to score 60 goals, and set an AHL record by scoring in 15 straight games. It's my privilege to ask Alexandre to come up to the stage to accept the Hall of Fame Crystal Award and ring, signifying his induction into the AHL Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you. Seeing all my ex-teammates talking about me like that makes me feel really, really special. I'm lucky to have them in my life now as a friend. Congrats to Wendell, Jim, and Chris. It's an honor for me to be here on stage with you guys. When I started playing hockey, people saying I was too slow, too skinny, not strong enough, not good defensively. They might be right about that one, but they didn't believe in me that I could be a professional hockey player one day. And one guy believed in me in the 1999 draft. Andre Savard took a chance, and he gave me a chance to prove everybody wrong that I could be one day just a hockey player and do what I love. When I started playing American League, I didn't plan or play for the Hall of Fame. I was just really happy to be there, happy to play the hockey that I love. And after a few seasons, people was asking me about my personal stats or record or Calder Cup wins. And my answer to them was always, if I'm able to do all this in the American League, it's because I'm not in the NHL. I feel that was a shame just to tell people that was a professional hockey player only in the American League. But now, 15 years later, I know that my answer was not really the one I should have given. I was really proud of what I was doing. I was happy to be in the American League. I was proud to do what I love, and there was a privilege to do what we love for a living. So my answer now would be a lot different. So if I have a message to the younger guy now, don't wait for something better or to reach your goal to be happy. Enjoy the ride because it's worth it, and be proud of who you are now. Every day you go to the ring, spend a moment with the hockey team should be the best day of your life. I spent like 11 years in this league, and I have a lot of ups and downs, but the people you met along the way helps you go through those times. And I had a chance to be coached by Bruce Boudreau, Mark French, Todd Nelson, John Anderson. All those coaches helped me to be a better player, better teammates, and a better person, so thank you. I want to thank my wife and my kids. I know they're not here today, but I'm really lucky. They should have an award too to spend every day with me. Evelyn, Laurence, Olivia, I love you guys. I just want to say a few words in French to my parents. It'll be real quick. Mon père, ma mère, maman, vous étiez des parents incroyables pour moi. Je n'aurais pas été ici aujourd'hui sans votre amour, votre support. Quand j'ai appelé après les camps d'entraînement pour dire que je n'avais pas fait l'équipe ou que je n'étais pas capable ou que je n'ai pas réussi, maintenant je suis capable de dire que j'ai réussi. Vous avez eu toujours les bons mots pour moi, pour me remonter le moral. À mon frère Olivier, on a sûrement pris beaucoup de place à parler de hockey autour de la table, mais il a toujours été là, il m'a toujours supporté, j'ai toujours voulu le rendre fier. Fait que merci à mon frère. I couldn't be here without the help of my teammates, obviously. I just want to name a few. Chris, obviously, Keto Coyne, Brian Elmer. Now I have no choice to say Andrew Joudry and Tyler Sloan. they were on that video. But I'm just lucky to have them now in my life as a friend. And I would just want to finish by thanking all my friends from back home. In American League, it's a tough league. It's obviously a stage to go to the NHL, and sometimes you don't reach it, and you don't play as much as you want to. But they were always there for me, and they're even here today. So Antoine, Dave, Fred, Mike, Job, Julian, and Tom, you guys are the best. I'm lucky to have you in my life as a friend. Thank you, American League. Thank you, Rockford, and have a good day.
A scoring star in junior hockey, Jim Wiemer began his pro career as a left wing before transitioning to the blue line, where he became one of the AHL's premier two-way defensemen over a 14-year career.
Hey Weems, congratulations on getting inducted in the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. I played with you on 3 different teams. You were one of the best defensemen in the history of the American Hockey League. Started out as a forward, coming out of junior, and transformed into a really good defenseman, a great defenseman. When I played with you, you looked like a lumberjack. The last time I saw you in the Atlanta airport, you looked like a supermodel. It was the first time I ever saw you with your teeth in. So congratulations on being inducted in the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. I hope you and your family are doing very well. All the best to Alan May.
Drafted as a forward by the Buffalo Sabres in 1980, Wiemer helped the Rochester Americans win a Calder Cup title in 1983 by recording 59 points in the regular season and adding 20 more points in the playoffs. Amerks head coach Mike Keenan began moving Wiemer back to defense, and by 1985-1986, he captured the Eddie Shore Award as the AHL's outstanding defenseman while playing for the New Haven Nighthawks. Wiemer spent many years as a reliable recall option, playing nearly 400 regular season and playoff games within 5 organizations in the National Hockey League, and winning a Stanley Cup championship with the Edmonton Oilers. After stops in Nova Scotia, Cape Breton, Maine, and Providence, Wiemer returned to Rochester to finish his career in 1994-1995, retiring with 124 goals and 307 assists for 431 points in 548 AHL games.
Hi, Jim. We first met over almost 40 years ago in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I was just beginning my AHL management career with the Oilers, and you were in the middle of what today is being duly recognized as a Hall of Fame career as a player. I remember you as an intense competitor and a really great teammate, and I was really happy to see you go on and win a Stanley Cup with the Oilers, and not long after that, move on to 3 full years in the NHL with the Boston Bruins. You won a Memorial Cup, a Calder Cup, a Stanley Cup, an Eddie Shore Trophy. Just an amazing 14-year pro career with a lot of games in the NHL and obviously in the AHL. You're a very deserving inductee to the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. Congratulations to you and your family.
Jim Wiemer was a two-way force from the blue line after beginning his pro career as a left winger. I played against Jim in our junior days, where he was a member of the powerhouse Peterborough Petes, a junior dynasty. He won the AHL's Eddie Shore Award as the league's outstanding defenseman in 1986, won the Calder Cup with Rochester in 1983, and over his 14-year career, Jim played 548 AHL games and 325 NHL games. Jim, please come up and accept the Hall of Fame Crystal Award and ring.
I've got to read what I got to say here, so I got to put my glasses on for this. Thank you and good morning. First, I want to congratulate Chris, Alex, and Wendell for outstanding careers that you guys had. You guys made an awesome impact on the league. You should be very proud of yourself. Congratulations. When I first started playing this game in the frozen outdoor rink in Sudbury, Ontario, never ever thought I'd have a career like that, like I did. I'm very grateful to share this moment with everybody. Thank you. The American Hockey League has come a long way since I first played it over 40 years ago. It shaped me, challenged me, and gave me the opportunities I will be thankful for. One of the moments will always stand out is winning the Calder Cup in '83. Raising the cup with my teammates is something I'll never forget. Not because of the trophy, but because of the journey it gave me and what a team we had. The American Hockey League has always been an incredible league, full of players, all pursuing one common goal, to make it to the National Hockey League. I was fortunate to have such a great career and great league to play in. It helped me develop, to learn how to play the game the right way, and to better myself on and off the ice. Without the opportunity and the privilege of playing in the American Hockey League, I never would have realized my childhood dreams of making it to the NHL and of playing making it to the NHL and playing alongside some of the greats of the game. One of those greats was Chris's dad, Ray, who I had the pleasure of playing with in Boston. Ray, of course, without me, you never would have won all those Norris trophies, man. Just saying that, okay? No, missed a page here. Shit. Okay. I have so many people to thank, and if I miss somebody, I apologize. To the American Hockey League and the Hall of Fame Selection Committee and Scott Housen, thank you very much for this incredible honor. This is truly an amazing event that you have put on for us today. My first coach, Bill Irwin, a long time ago, he gave me the drive to play the game. Gary Green, my first junior coach in Peterborough, gave me the chance to fail, a chance to succeed, and we went on to win the Memorial Cup my first year in '79. That just goes to show how old I am. My first pro coach, Mike Keenan. Some of you guys know who he is, some of you don't. He was called Iron Mike. He demanded the best of you every single day. He had a crazy way about him, but I loved him. Because of him, we were able to win the Calder Cup way back when, in I think it was 1983. He was the one that moved me back to defense after playing a long time as a left winger. We were playing in Fredericton. We had a defenseman on our team that got scored on his first shift. That happens sometimes, it's part of the game. The second shift he got scored on the game, so the coach told him to go sit on the end of the bench. When he did that, about 10 minutes later, Keenan goes, "Hey, you're up." He looked at him, "I can't go, coach, I can't go." I'm like, "Why?" He took his skates off and he was sitting at the end of the bench. So Mike looked down, said, "Wiemer, go play D," and I've been a defenseman ever since. So many other coaches along the way were vital in my development. Robbie Fatorik, Ron Lowe, John Van Boxmeer. To my agent, Steve Bartlett, thank you for my amazing career, what you've done for me and my family. It's really appreciated. People that don't get much recognition is to all the trainers, the equipment managers, doctors, and staff of every team. You're the reason why the players are able to go on the ice and play and perform. To the fans around the league, your support of the players and the teams you cheer for can't be measured. I was fortunate enough to play in some incredible cities, and I still call Rochester, New York my home. That's where I played my first and my last game in the American Hockey League. To my parents, for the early mornings, the long drives, the cold rinks, the broken sticks, and the sacrifices you made so I could play the greatest game on earth, I understand now all the sacrifices you gave me, and I'm very grateful. To my friends, some of them are here today, thank you for your support, your laughter, and for sharing this journey with me. I couldn't ask for better people to go through life with. And most importantly, to my family, who keeps my heart beating, literally. To my son, Jake and Dylan, coaching you and watching you guys grow through the game has been one of the greatest honors of my life. Who knew that the Wiemers would consist of a defenseman, a goalie, and a forward? Your passion for the love of the game reminds me of why I fell in the game in the first place. I'm so very proud to be your dad. No, my daughter wrote this part. To my beautiful daughter, Brianna. There we go. You fill my heart and will forever be my baby girl. And to her fiance, Dan. Dan. Remember, Dan, I spent a lot of time in the penalty box, and I'm not afraid to go back in there. To my wonderful grandchildren, Duncan and Vera, who I love very dearly, and to my daughter-in-law, Nicole, thank you very much for being with our family. I can't forget one of my biggest fans, my mother-in-law, Dolores. Thank you for your love and your support. To my wife, Cheryl, you have been the steady presence in my life, holding our family together with your love and devotion. I am so incredibly grateful to share life with you by my side. None of this would mean anything without you. I love you dearly. Thank you. Finally, standing here tonight, seeing my name among the legends who played the game before me and who will go on and play the game after me, I simply love the game and was fortunate enough they loved me back. It means more to me to stand here today, proud to be an American Hockey League Hall of Famer, and so grateful for the journey that it brought me. Thank you.
The son of a Hockey Hall of Fame defenseman, Chris Bourque carved out his own legendary career in the American Hockey League as a 3-time Calder Cup winner, a 2-time league scoring champion, and an MVP in both the regular season and the playoffs.
Hey Bourque, I just want to say congratulations on being a first ballot Hall of Famer into the AHL Hall of Fame. Also being a first ballot Hall of Famer into the Hershey Bears Hall of Fame. I just want to touch a little bit on how competitive you were. One of the most competitive players that I've ever played with, whether that was playing mini sticks at 2 o'clock in the morning. You just left it all out there, and it was such a pleasure to be a part of, pleasure to be your teammate, and even more of a pleasure to you just welcome us into your family. Kim, Kingston, Harlow, your parents, Ryan, everybody, it's just unbelievable. So on behalf of the Mitchells, congratulations.
Bourque was drafted by the Washington Capitals in 2004 and turned pro with the AHL's Portland Pirates. And when Washington moved its affiliation to Hershey the following season, he set off on a journey that would see him become one of the most decorated players in the Bears' storied history. He won his first Calder Cup as a rookie in 2005-2006 and took on a prominent role with Hershey's championship team in 2008-2009, posting 73 points in the regular season and 21 more in the playoffs. Bourque was claimed off waivers by the Pittsburgh Penguins prior to the 2009-2010 season, but was back in the Caps organization by December and would quickly get back to dominating the AHL, recording 70 points in 49 regular season games with Hershey before winning a second straight Calder Cup, along with a Jack Butterfield Trophy as MVP of the 2010 Calder Cup playoffs.
Hey Bourque, congratulations on being inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame. I'm sitting here in the house that Chris Bourque built. As you can see, your number hangs in our rafters. That's how much you meant to this organization. I want to thank you for the 2 years I got to play here in Hershey with you, winning back-to-back Calder Cups. You being the MVP in 2010 in the playoffs. Those two teams were pretty special. Lots of great memories. And then the team in 2015 and 16 when I was an assistant coach and you were a player, going to the finals against Cleveland. That was a pretty special team too.
Bourque would have 2 more stints with the Bears later in his career, including a 5th trip to the Calder Cup finals in his MVP season of 2015-2016. And he would also star in Providence, Hartford, and Bridgeport, finishing his AHL career with 746 points in 794 regular season games, along with 118 points in 138 playoff contests. Bourque was voted a first-team AHL All-Star on 3 occasions and played in a record-tying 6 AHL All-Star Classics and was selected to represent the United States at the 2018 Olympic Games.
A 3-time Calder Cup winner, a Jack Butterfield Award winner as playoff MVP, Chris was a first-team AHL All-Star on 3 occasions and participated in 6 AHL All-Star Classics. He totaled 746 points in 794 AHL games and is tied for 3rd in all-time playoff scoring with 103 points. It's my honor to invite Chris to come up and accept his Hall of Fame crystal and rig.
First off, I want to say what a tremendous honor it is to be here. I want to thank the American Hockey League and the Rockford Ice Hogs for hosting us at this year's All-Star Classic. It is surreal to be standing here. When I look at the list of legends in the American Hockey League Hall of Fame, it's humbling. This league is the place where I grew up as a man and a player. To the rest of the class of 2026, congratulations. To be included in this group alongside you is something I never expected, but something I'll cherish forever. It is also incredibly special to be going in alongside a great friend and an even better goal scorer, Alexandre Giroux. It's too hard to put into words how good this guy was on the ice. We had some legendary times together. A lot of my assists are only assists because G knew what to do with the puck. It's only right we're doing this together. It's also special to have Chris Versteeg here today as an honorary captain. He is a big part of one of my greatest but often forgotten accomplishments in my AHL career. That would be my one and only professional fight. Chris, thanks for coming today to support my induction into the AHL Hall of Fame. I wouldn't be standing here without winning that fight against you. I want to thank the organizations I had the privilege to play for. I wore several sweaters in this league, from Hershey to Providence to Hartford to Bridgeport. Every stop taught me something. I'm grateful to every person who helped me along the way, and I was lucky to have so many amazing teammates by my side. Hershey holds a massive piece of my heart. Winning 3 Calder Cups there gave me the memories of a lifetime. When I look back at those 2009-2010 teams, we weren't just winning, we were dominant. We had a brotherhood that made coming to the rink every day so much fun. We all know that nobody gets to a podium like this alone. This is really my last big opportunity to give thanks to the people who mean the most to me. So I want to take a minute to give them the credit they deserve. My close friend, Al Berry, is here today. He's been like a brother to me since we were 5 years old. We've had many laughs and memories, and it's a great feeling knowing he has my back in any situation. I'm proud to call Al my lifelong best friend, and I can't thank him enough for always showing up and being here today. To my parents, Ray and Christiane, I wouldn't be here without you. Mom, you were the glue. You weren't a single mom, but with Dad on the road so much during his career, you raised 3 kids and held the fort down. You were such a strong woman for us, always putting our well-being before everyone else. Thank you for being the backbone of our lives. Dad, obviously the world knows you as a hockey player, but to me, you were Dad, and the guy who guided me through the ups and downs of pro hockey. You gave me the knowledge I needed to survive in this game. You made it easy for me to fall in love with hockey, and I wouldn't be where I am without that. Even more importantly, your guidance showed me how to be a great friend, leader, husband, and father. I'm so thankful for every lesson you've taught me. To my siblings, my sister Melissa. You were my protector. I've told people this before, but Melissa was basically my voice until I was about 5 years old. I didn't have to speak because she would speak for me. She was tough on me, but she always defended me. She never missed a game. I can't count the number of times I've looked up in the stands, from World Juniors to so many different arenas during my pro career. And there you were, supporting me and cheering me on through every step. Thank you for always having my back. My brother Ryan, you are hands down my favorite teammate I've ever had. I know I tortured you a bit when we were young, but you grew up to be one of my best friends. We had great battles in the gym, on the ice, off the ice, and you always made me earn it. Playing with you by my side was so special, and I cherished every minute. You're not just my kid brother anymore. You've grown into an amazing person. You are such a great father to Ryder and Jackson, and such a wonderful husband to Maria, and it really makes me so proud to see. To my wife, Kim, we've been together since high school. I've said it before, but every time I stepped on the ice, if I knew you were watching, I was trying to impress you. And honestly, that's never stopped. I'm still trying to impress you. You are the rock of our family and the love of my life. Being able to have you by my side day by day is the best part of my life. Thank you for everything. I love you. To my kids, Kingston and Harlow. Kingston, watching you become a serious hockey player now is the coolest thing in the world to me. I see the effort and dedication you're putting into the game, and I'm so excited to see where you take it. Harlow, you are the life of the party. You bring so much energy and joy to our family, and you can always put a smile on my face in any situation. You two are my best friends. Before I finish up, I wanted to offer a few pieces of advice to those playing the game. To the AHL All-Star players here today, congratulations on this great honor. Enjoy this week and have fun with every moment. Going forward, no matter how long the bus rides are, or no matter the adversity you face, it truly is a privilege to play this game professionally on the big stage. I encourage you not to take 1 second of it for granted. It goes fast, and you never know what your future holds or how quickly it could be over. Enjoy each step in your pro hockey journey, and I wish you all nothing but the best going forward. For young kids playing the game today, if I could give you any advice, and it's something I learned in my career, it is to be a good teammate. Work hard, respect the game. The goals and the assists are great, but the memories you keep and the reason you end up on a stage like this is because of how you treated the guys next to you. Thank you to the AHL for this incredible honor. I am truly lucky to be standing here today, and this is something that I'll forever be grateful for. Thank you.
A member of the Chicago Wolves organization in virtually every capacity for more than 3 decades, Wendell Young has followed a decorated playing career with a successful run as one of hockey's leading executives. Since the Wolves moved to the AHL in 2001, Young has been instrumental in winning Calder Cup championships as Chicago's Director of Team Relations in 2002, as an assistant coach in 2008, and as general manager in 2022. During his 15 years as the Wolves GM, the team won 571 games and captured 8 division titles.
Hi Wendell, it's Chevy here from the Jets, and just wanted to take a moment to congratulate you and Paula and your entire family on the induction into the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. What a storied career you've had, from all the championships that you've won at all the different levels, and now being in management for as many years in the development of hockey. Again, just so proud, of you, and proud to have been beside you on some of those championships, and even more proud to be your friend. So enjoy the day, the honor, and it's very, very well deserved.
Over his 18 pro seasons as a player, which included Stanley Cup titles with Pittsburgh in 1991 and 1992, Young made 138 appearances in the American Hockey League with the Fredericton Express and the Hershey Bears, highlighted by a storybook 1987-1988 season in Chocolatetown. Young won the Baz Bastion Award as the league's outstanding goaltender during the regular season and added the Jack Butterfield Trophy as MVP of the Calder Cup playoffs after backstopping the Bears through a perfect 12-0 postseason run.
A valued member of the Board of Governors, Wendell definitely adds a lot of personality to the AHL meetings and is not afraid to start a lively debate or two. I had the pleasure of working with Wendell on a daily basis for 5 seasons while the Blues and Wolves were affiliated, and the difficult task of going up against them in the Calder Cup finals. Wendell is so passionate about hockey, the Chicago Wolves, and the AHL.
Currently the Wolves vice chairman and governor, Young earned the Thomas E. Bright Award for his career contributions to the AHL in 2018, and is the only player in history to have won the Calder Cup, the Stanley Cup, the IHL's Turner Cup, and junior hockey's Memorial Cup.
We made it fun when we worked together in Chicago, me, you, and Johnny. A lot of good memories, a lot of good laughs. We had success. We capped it off with a championship. It was one of the best times of my life.
I don't know who else in the world has won the Calder Cup as a player, as a coach, and as a general manager. I don't know anybody in hockey that's been in an organization 32 years. I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. I've had you sitting by my side for the last 32 years, and I look forward to every day. Thank you, Wendell.
Wendell Young, along with Don Levin, is the Chicago Wolves. He followed a stellar playing career with an equally impressive run as an AHL executive, a 2-time Stanley Cup winner with Pittsburgh, a Calder Cup winner with Hershey as a player where he won the Jack Butterfield Award, as playoff MVP, a winner of the Memorial Cup and the IHL's Turner Cup. He went on to win 3 more Calder Cups with the Wolves in various roles. It's my pleasure to ask Wendell to come up to the stage to accept his Hall of Fame ring.
Okay. I'm very emotional. Anybody who's known me, I'm passionate, I'm emotional. There's a good chance I'll be crying here. I think the Hard Rock Casino has 4-1 odds on me to cry. And I've bet against myself. So, congrats to fellow inductees, 2 of us with the Chicago Wolves, 3 of us with the Hershey Bears. I've been very lucky in my life and career. It seems that I'm in the right place at the right time to be around winners constantly. You've seen enough and heard enough about me. This is my time to recognize and say thank you to so many people. These names, some of you might not know, but they mean a lot to me. Be patient on my tears as I go through this, please. Thank you to Ryan Snyder and the Rockford Ice Hogs for hosting all of us in a phenomenal event. Thank you to the AHL Hall of Fame Committee and Scott Halzen for this prestigious award. Thank you to Dave Andrews, who made this league what it is. Dave's a fellow Nova Scotia Hall of Fame member, and most of you don't know, he was my goalie coach when I was little. And we only found that out during COVID. I'm cleaning things out in my office, and I remember there's this goalie from the Netherlands, played in the Netherlands when I was little, and I look, and it's Dave. So it was a really good connection with Dave during COVID. The Chicago Wolves have a core covenant, and the first line is no matter what, family first. Not just your family, not just your immediate family, but everyone around you, your friends, your teammates, and your staff. So this is my thank you to my family. Thank you to my family of GMs, trainers, equipment, and medical. Many of them are still close friends of mine to this day. I want to give a shout out to these trainers, Becky in Fredericton, Beak in Hershey, Steve Sevi Latin, who I was with in Pittsburgh for 5 years, and who was being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame this year. Kevin Kaser, 30 years, medical trainer with us with the Wolves. Our trainers now, Bobo and Austin. Thank you to my family of coaches. So many to thank, especially Orville Tesche and Joe Crozier in Kitchener, John Paddock in Hershey when we won the championship. Bob Johnson, Scotty Bowman, Eddie Johnson, Craig Patrick, Ricky Patterson, are you here today? RP from Pittsburgh. Marty Howe, Todd Nelson, which you saw here, Kenny McCudden, that is here, who I had the pleasure to coach with the Wolves. Thank you to my family of teammates and all my goalie partners, especially Mike Eagles and Al McGinnis, who I lived with for 3 years in Kitchener. I remember sitting around in junior, our first year, and we're talking about playing major junior and why we're there, and they talked about, well, we're here to get drafted and play in the NHL, and I told them they were crazy, we're not good enough, you're out of your mind, these guys are gods that play in the NHL. Well, Mike played 16 years, and Al's in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So since that point, I questioned my judgment and talent of hockey. To my billet family in Kitchener, the Allens, for adopting 3 naive boys from the Maritimes. They were like brothers and family. Thank you to the friendship of Randy Gillen. Now, Randy played in the American Hockey League, and I ended up playing with him in Pittsburgh and Tampa, and he's constantly saying to this day, he texted me this morning, he said he scored 3 goals on me in 1 game, and there's no proof of it. And my response was, he couldn't score 3 goals in a week of practice on me without scoring 3 in a game. And I know I would have pulled myself after the second goal, because no way, I was having a bad night. No way would he have 3 on me in 1 night. Thank you to the family, the AHL family. It's an incredible feeling to be a part of this AHL family. People like Zinger, Jocko, Scooter, Bacher, Helms, Wilkie, there's so many names that people like one quick phone call and they'll help you, and they usually pick up on the first call. Mike and Delicia Ostrowski, John and Stephanie Ferguson, in particular, Mark and Julie Bernard. Mark nominated me for this prestigious award. For you Rockford people, we are rivals on ice, and we are bitter about that, but we are great friends off ice. Kevin McDonald, who you saw, who I had a bond with from day one when we worked together as affiliates. Our friendship is truly like family. A huge thank you to the best family in hockey, the Chicago Wolves. First, thank you to Kathy and Don Levin, owner of the Chicago Wolves. He's the best owner who has become a great friend and is the one who preaches family, respect, and set the high standard of the Chicago Wolves. Thank you to Coach John Anderson and GM Kevin Cheveldayoff. They were the key to the winning ways of the Wolves. They wanted a family feeling, wanted to win, and more importantly, have fun and respect doing it. Thank you to my senior advisor, Gino Baracco and his wife, Nella. Ubi's like my godfather, and they are like our grandparents. Ubi brought me to Pittsburgh, Tampa, and the Wolves. Family they are. Don Levin, Gino Baracco, John Anderson, Kevin Cheveldayoff are the ones that introduced that core covenant of family first that we adhere to this day. Thank you to the staff of the Wolves. To all the staff of the Wolves, Presidents John Seda, Courtney Mahoney. Courtney's like family, a daughter to us. So much so, she was on our Christmas card, and a bunch of people thought we adopted her. Anybody that's been at our games, the outstanding game day presentation, that's all Courtney. Good friend Mike Gordon is here. Much appreciated for Mike Gordon, former president of the Chicago Wolves. Thank you to Dan Harris, basically Courtney's right-hand man. Thank you to Stan Bickey, our goalie coach and a good friend, to our broadcasters, Jason and Billy Gardner, and former broadcaster, Judd Surratt, that makes the Wolves sound so great. Judd is actually the voice of the Boston Bruins. In my office, I have a couple of really important people besides Gene, to Noreen Gilner and Bill Bentley. Noreen runs the show in the office. Actually, her nickname's the Hammer, so that tells you anything. Bill's my assistant GM. He's the one who does all the heavy lifting, but more importantly, a true friend. Bill and his wife Jennifer are like family. Noreen's and Bill's friendship mean the world to me. Thank you to all the great players that I played with coached or GM'd with the Wolves. Players like Steve Malte, Bob Nardella, Darren Hayter, Jason Krog, Brett Sterling, Kerry Lettinen, Andrew Podorowski, just to name a few. There's a long list of players with the Wolves. Thank you to Pat Nagel in the Allstate Arena, who has been there from the start of the Wolves. He's a big part of the Wolves family. A massive thank you to my family. My in-laws, Ken and Marilyn, who treated me like a son. My brothers, Kevin, Paul, Daryl, Michael, my sister, Darlene, my niece, Sarah. My brother, Daryl, and my sister-in-law, Glorianne, are here with my nephews, Colin and James, and their significant others, Nicole and Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you to my childhood friends, Stan Henniker and John Patterson. Stan scored 1 goal in the American Hockey League in his career, and it was actually against me. So my childhood, he has 1 goal, childhood best friend to this day. He scored the goal. The question was, because he was a tough guy, why did Coach John Brophy have him on the power play? I'm still, to this day, it's a mystery to us. Thank you to my mom and dad, Doug and Helen, for all the support and sacrifice of time and money to achieve my dreams. Family support means so much. I lost my bet. Or I actually made my bet because I bet it against myself. Now to the biggest and most important thank you. Goes out to my family. Our daughter Gabrielle and her husband Nick. Our grandkids, Mia and Mason. Our sons Matthew and Jack. I was always dad, not a hockey person. Win or lose, always dad. Playing the game was easy. Being a kid of a hockey player is hard. Thank you to my wife of almost 40 years, Paula. She's the reason I'm standing here. There are ups and downs in hockey, but one steady force was Paula. Playing the game was easy, but being the wife of a hockey player is extremely hard. I remember we were dating in high school, and I had to go away to play hockey. I had to move to Kitchener to play hockey, and she thought it was the dumbest thing ever that I had to move away to play hockey. Well, almost 50 years later, here we are. I love all of you very much. In closing, thank you to this great game of hockey. It has given me so much more than accolades. It has given me unbreakable friendships and family. I believe in what Hall of Famer Jean Beliveau said, leave the game better off than when you entered it. Thank you to everyone here this morning, especially the players and staff. Have a great evening. Thank you.
I'll introduce you. So in wrapping up, congratulations to the 2026 Hall of Fame class. And if I think of one thing about this class, I think of winning. There's 10 Calder Cups up here. So congratulations, and thank you for coming here today, and we'll see you at the BMO Center tonight. And Nicole will wrap up.
You didn't put a lot of money on that bet, did you? You didn't put a lot of money on your bet, did you? Because, I mean, I could have placed the bet that you were going to cry, too. How about one last round of applause for the 2026 AHL Hall of Fame class? Yeah, there we go. On behalf of everyone honored here today, the Rockford Ice Hogs, the City of Rockford, the AHL, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting everyone in their hockey journey as well. I have the task of some housekeeping duties. Buses are already lined up out front to take you back to the Embassy Suites, the Hilton Garden Inn, and the Radisson. Make sure you get on the right bus. There should be signs. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Enjoy my hometown. Go get some yummy food, do something fun, and enjoy the All-Star Classic tonight. Thank you, everyone.